Hello, hi. If you hear any noises in the background, my little dude is homesick. We don't really know what he has, but he's sick and it's kind of sad. So he's in the background playing his video game, and it means I'm home, which is fine because I needed to film this. I got my mug of coffee. Yes, I sang about my coffee, but it's like literally life. So who's talking? So I haven't had a chance to film in days because we had a snow day. We had so much going on, but I was filming my first vlog. I'm really excited about it, in which I read a book that I'm talking about today. I think I read 2 books in that. I really do. I think, yes, I read my 2 physical books in that, which is really cool. So this month of February, the last month of February, I read, was it 9 books? 10 books. 10 books, plus, like a weird novella called Wet Hot Allosaurus Summer by Lola Faust. And that one was weird, but I read it for Jordaline over on Jordaline Reads and her Patreon book club, and she did that one, and then she did another one. She was like, should we read this? I was like, I guess I'll pick it up because it's on Kindle Unlimited, so why not? It was ridiculous. It was hilarious, and it was everything that you want dinosaur smut to be. Just saying. And like, it's funny in a way, and this is spoilery, so I'm not going to tell you, in a way, Wet Hot Allosaurus Summer and How to Sell a Haunted House, her actual book club pick by Grady Hendrix, had something in common, which I found hilarious. Anyway, I won't say, so go read the books if you want to know what's in common. But so I read How to Sell a Haunted House was my first book that I finished, and I read that on digital. I was having a lot of problems with my hands at the beginning of the month. My Kindle is a lifesaver for that. I got this case off Amazon that has a little flap, so I can set it down and I can still read. So like, I set it down and it's like I don't have to use my hands, which sometimes is really hard because of this last year I've had some joint pain. The doctors think it might be rheumatology or rheumatoid arthritis. We're not sure. So I read a lot of Kindle books and a lot of audiobooks just because I can't always hold books, even though I love them. And I'm kind of finding ways to hold books that I can. So hopefully I'm reading more physical books because I have to with my job. Well, I don't have to, but it's the one thing that I need to bring with me when I go to my job. So How to Sell a Haunted House was about a brother and a sister, and their parents die unexpectedly, and they have to sell the house. Only the house is haunted, and things get real weird. And I don't know. Like, it is such an allegory for grief. It was one of the of all the Grady Hendrix novels I have read, it was the one that I thought was most successful. The only other one that I've read of his that I liked was My Best Friend's Exorcism. Otherwise, I did not like Southern Book Club's Guide to Vampire Slaying. I hated it. Thought it was just ugh. And some of this I didn't like. Like, people talk about how great it is, and I'm like, but okay. Anyway, that's just my my thought process on that one. And I hated Final Girl Support Group. It was so boring. Like, even the kitchen campy wasn't good for me. So I just didn't enjoy it, but I was really surprised. I only picked this one up because I liked My Best Friend's Exorcism, and I thought maybe we can give him one more final shot because I did like one of his books, and this one worked for me. 5 stars. It was one of those books where it's weird because the whole people are like, everybody's talking about creepy dolls, and I'm like, yeah, that's me. I'm the doll collector. I collect all the creepy dolls. Like, my poor kids are gonna be Louise and Mark when they grow up, like, having to go through my doll collection, like, no lie. And so it was weird relating to the mother who died. So I really enjoyed it, which is surprising. Like, this whole month, I enjoyed most of the books that I read. The next one I read for the month was Finley Donovan, Jumps the Gun, which is the third book in the Finley Donovan series, and it was my favorite. I'm seeing a lot of people didn't like it, but I loved it. I feel like it's coming back to these characters that we love. I love Vero. I love Finn. They are so flawed. They make so many stupid mistakes. And it's kind of like an updated version of Stephanie Plum to me. And Stephanie Plum has got like 25 books. So I'm like, I'm here for the ride. I'm here to see what kind of crazy like antics and shenanigans the author puts Finley Donovan into. I don't really, like, I love the like love story. I love the direction the love story is going in. I know I'm like a minority and I don't care because I'm here for it. I also am just here for Finley. She makes mistakes. She, you know, isn't the brightest at all times, but she just keeps going. And so it was fun. It's fun. I enjoyed it. I think if you're going in expecting it to be something it isn't, you're not going to enjoy it. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know why people aren't enjoying this one. I just thought it was great. I don't know. It was just, it's so ridiculous. So anyway, that's that one. And so then the next one I read for Meg with Books Patreon book club, and that one is Poster Girl by Veronica Roth. I think she did the Divergent series, and I might be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure she did the Divergent series, which I am not I don't know, I'm not a fan of because I didn't read them. I never got into the hype. I am not like, so I have never read anything by Veronica Roth. I know that like Divergent series was huge, and I know they have the books and stuff, but it wasn't something that I ever got into. So
I made this a new world.
oh, awesome, buddy. Mommy's recording. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, the Divergent series was never one that I actually got into. So I read Poster Girl with low expectations, and I think I gave it 2 or 3 stars. Middle of the road. The story was okay. It just wasn't my story. You know, it wasn't my, like, there's nothing wrong with it. It was well written. The plot was good. Like, some of the things didn't make sense to me, but that's also, I think, I'm not one to say, like, dystopics are good or not good. So I'm not, it wasn't for me. And that's, like, that one, like, if you like dystopic, if you like, a world where people are stuck, like, she's basically, like, I don't really even, like, you know, honestly, it's so unforgettable for me. I don't remember the plot, but I remember I gave it, like, 2 stars. So, and then, this one breaks my heart. This one is 5 Survive by Holly Jackson, which I loved. A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I loved the second one in that series. I didn't love the third, mostly because I didn't love the direction. Like, it was well written. Holly Jackson, like, knows how to write. She knows how to write characters. She knows how to write characters in trauma. She knows how to do the stuff. It's just, like, for me, I didn't like it. It wasn't that it wasn't good. It was just that I didn't like it. So that one rated a little lower than the first 2. I think I rated it like a 3 or 4 compared to the first 2 had 5s. 5 Survive. It wasn't good. It wasn't good at all. Don't waste your time. Don't read it. It was like, it's like, okay, so there's this group of friends. One has a secret, and they're in like a camper. The setup sounds great. They're in the camper, like, and there's a sniper trying to snipe them, like, give it away, blah blah blah. You know, it wasn't good. The characters were all, and I mean, even as a YA, like, the characters were silly. The, like, whole point was silly. Like, it just, I don't know. It just didn't work. So I don't like that one. But the next one I read, and I'm going to grab it right here. Oh, that's not it. Here. Next one I read was No Gods, No Monsters. And this one is in my vlog that's coming out later this week. This was recommended by Jessie over on Jessie on YouTube. their recommendation, amazing. This is like told in the style of vignettes about like a world with monsters and gods. It is an allegory for minorities and like there's so much representation. It felt to me like, honestly, I liked American Gods by Neil Gaiman, and this kind of felt like American Gods by Neil Gaiman, only this is the first one in a series. I know that American Gods has a prequel that I've never read, but it is so beautifully written. Like, this is a library copy, so I have to return it, and I really don't want to. So I'm going to be buying it because I want to go through and highlight everything. Yeah. Next book I read was We Lie Here by Rachel Housel Hall. I don't know why I picked this one up. I just picked it up because I wanted a light popcorn thriller, and this one was like Kindle Unlimited with the audio, so I did it in both. The audio was great. The book was great. It was things that weren't like perfect, but it was a great thriller. So basically, this girl is a TV writer. She's a screenwriter, and she's like a crime screenwriter, and she goes back home to like host her parents' wedding anniversary, and there's secrets. Like, there's things like her mom is gaslighting her, and so many other things are happening. So it's like, is she crazy? Is she not? Like, what is going on? So that's kind of the whole premise of the book, and it just, you want to know what's going on, and like it feels like something sinister is like underneath, and I enjoyed it. It was a solid thriller. I would definitely read from Rachel Housel Hall again, and I plan on it. She's great at writing. Next book I read. This is probably my favorite of the whole month. Oh, The Last Tale of the Flower Bride. When I saw this book, just the cover, I was like, oh, that cover is beautiful. I have to have it. I have to. And then the first line, like I will say in like every video, because this was in my blog, my vlog, so I'm not going to give too much away, but a sumptuous Gothic infused story about a marriage that is unraveled by dark secrets. It sold me, and it was just good. It was good. 5 stars. There's a lot to it. It has even inspired, there's marigolds in it, and it has inspired my art. So this week I have been sketching like over and over. I've been sketching marigolds and coloring them, and like, it's so much fun. I'm having such a fun time coloring marigolds. This one's with Copic marker, and that one was with colored pencil, and now I'm working on like a little fairy with marigolds, kind of from the book, like inspired by the book, but not no scenes from the book. I want to start doing that because so many books have such great descriptions. It's my plan. So anyway, 5 stars. Great book. And then the next book I read was Sidetracked by S.T. Abbey, and it was the third in the Mindflex series, and I just, it wasn't for me. I picked, was it the third? No, it was the second or third. I don't know, but I picked up the next one. I DNF'd it. I'm not going to finish the series. It just, not for me. That's okay. And finally, the last book I read of the month was Don't Fear the Reaper by Stephen Graham Jones. And 5 stars. I loved it more than My Heart is a Chainsaw. I loved that we got to get back to Jade. We got to get back to the other characters that were in the first one. It was, you know, we're following another slasher. People are dying. The town is in a blizzard. So, of course, we had blizzards here the last couple weeks, so I totally related to that. And so, yeah, I had a pretty decent reading month. I am already halfway through Sea of Tranquility by Emily St. John Mandel. I found it at my library, and I've heard so many good things about it. I am just scarfing it down. Like, it's great. So I will probably be giving this one 4 or 5. Like I'm predicting, because it is just, I know it's been a lot of people's favorites, so I have plans to read that and a couple of companion books with that. And I have a lot of reading goals for March, but I think February went splendid. Only a few books that I didn't like. There were a couple, I can't even remember what they were. There were a couple that I started and didn't finish because I am far a person who's learning to not right now. If I'm not jiving with a book, it's not right now. It's not for me right now. Maybe it's never for me, but right now, definitely not for me. And so, yeah, if you got this far in this video, which is like my second or third video, I have no idea what I'm doing still. If you got this far into my rambling, drop me a purple heart emoji because it is my favorite in the comments, or comment to me if you read any of these books and have a different spicy opinion, or you can explain to me why people like something that I didn't, or why I shouldn't like something. I love to talk and argue, so let's do this. Yeah, so have a great day, enjoy your life, get to reading. I'm gonna go read for the rest of the day since my baby's sick, and that's that. Bye guys.